Today on Mustang Magazine, Leo Blaze goes to Norwood Day, John Pooley shoots for gold, Catherine Osborne takes a swimming.
And we also see what life is like from behind the desk of GSU, so sit back and enjoy those stories and more on the first edition of Mustang Magazine.
Hello and welcome to Mustang Magazine, the show that gives you an inside look into the lives of Norwood High School students and the community we live in.
This show is produced by students like us from the Advanced Television program at Norwood High School. We start off today's show with a story on junior Tom Meyer.
We caught up with Tom at the New England Sports Academy last month. Here's Kayleen Spalding with the story.
While many teenagers find action on the field, Tom Meyer is able to find it anywhere.
It definitely takes a different mindset than just seeing life as it is. You know, like you see a wall, I see a flip. You know, a wall flip.
Ever since he discovered it, Tom has been flipping over the fast-growing sport of parkour.
Parkour, in its most basic sense, is, I think, freedom of movement.
Tom began getting involved in parkour when he was 10 or 11 by doing flips on his trampoline.
From there, I really just started seeing YouTube videos of more and more intense things.
But Tom realized that these people weren't on trampolines. They took it to the urban environment.
They were in the city, you know, people going off buildings and seeing these crazy chase scenes and movies and all of this stuff. And I really kind of went from there, and then I discovered the parkour classes here at NESA.
NESA, also known as New England Sports Academy, is a place where Tom can hone his skills in a safer environment.
A lot of people see all of us doing all these flips and stuff like that, and they think oh, you're gonna break your neck, you know, you're gonna break your leg, all these kind of things. But it's, if you have the right technique, you know, if you keep your mind clear when you're doing it and you don't let things distract you, you don't train without really precautionary measures, you know, taking precautionary measures, you'll find that you'll be safe.
According to Tom, everybody falls once in a while, but he knows the risk involved.
Even if you're going to fall, you can't completely bail out, because that's when you get hurt. You know, you really have to trust in yourself that you can do it, because your body will naturally let you do it.
This advice is exactly what Tom practices. He even uses his knowledge to help others learn the art of parkour.
Keep your feet together, but land on your toes. You guys hear how loud that landing is? From being involved with NESA, I've been involved with NESA for about 2 years now, and you know, my relationship with the coaches and the teachers, Dylan and Brian and Daylon, it kind of grew to a point where they saw me progressing enough that Dylan asked me to start teaching classes to some of the younger kids, and I began teaching them and really grew to love it. You know, I worked the entire summer here teaching kids parkour from 9 to 4 every day, and it was a really fun experience, and I really like showing kids and seeing them progress and all of that kind of stuff. Theo, don't use your hands. Oh! Don't use your hands. Throw your arms up like that. It helps you jump higher.
And when he's teaching the kids, it's always safety first.
I'll start them off with some basics, like landing and rolling from a large height, you know, to be able to tuck and roll to absorb an impact, or some basic vaults, like a Kong vault, a dash vault, speed vault, reverse vault, which are just a way to get over an obstacle, you know. And then from there we go to some other basics, like a wall run, or cat hangs, things like that.
Those who try it just need to have the faith and commitment that Tom has.
It's all about really showing them that to really believe in yourself with it, because if you don't believe in yourself and you don't commit, you know, you're not going to get these things, you know.
As Tom gets older, he hopes to compete in parkour competitions such as Beast Coast Jam and Red Bull Art of Motion.
And then American Ninja Warrior, or Ninja Warrior, which you guys have probably seen on TV, is you have to be 21 to enter, so I'm on my way.
For Mustang Magazine, I'm Kayleen Spalding.
Try to land up a little bit high.
Thanks, Kayleen. For more information on joining parkour classes at NESA, visit www.nhstv.org for details.
Next up, senior John Pooley is shooting for a spot on the national archery team. Heather Folan reports.
I was 8 years old when I started shooting archery, and I tried it at Cub Scout camp and I liked it, so I went and signed up for the Norwood Rec Department program.
And now as a senior in high school, John is pursuing archery full-time.
I spend about 8 hours a week at the shop, and then I shoot for about 9 hours a week in my garage.
For John and his family, archery is a way of life.
My mom is currently working at this shop right here, and my dad practices archery once in a while and drives me a lot.
Aside from practicing in his garage, John also attends training camps around the country.
Got into a lot of different training camps and things to progress into being an elite athlete. I have won a lot of state awards. I've been first place in the state for a couple years, I think since 2009.
And he is hoping those state awards will increase his chance of making it to the national level.
Well, the chance of an archer making it to the national level is pretty good. To qualify for the United States archery team, you need to shoot 2 qualifiers per year. There's about 64 archers in my current division at the national level that travel around, and of that, probably 1, maybe 2 will get to the Olympics for men and women each.
And all this experience could give John a chance at going international.
Well, if I do good and become an RA, which is a resident athlete at the Olympic Training Center, I should be shooting through 2020, hopefully going to Olympics. Otherwise, I'll try and keep going through college.
So look out for John in the 2016 Olympics shooting for gold. For Mustang Magazine, I'm Heather Folan. Thanks, Heather. There are a lot of talented athletes at Norwood High School.
But even with a few obstacles, being a team player comes easy for this 3-sport athlete. Here's Jenny O'Donnell with the story.
Good, Jenny.
Hello, Jenny.
Jenny Rossman is a high-profile athlete at Norwood High School.
I like playing field hockey the best because it's more natural. There's less of a disadvantage for my height. But I like the hockey season the best because it's a whole different team relationship because like the locker room and we spend a lot more time together. So it's different relationships that you form. I've learned my part. I'm not always the best on the team, so I can do what I have to. I'll sit on the bench, I'll play, whatever will help the team succeed.
If it wasn't for that positive attitude, Jenny might not have been the athlete she is today. At the age of 3, Jenny was diagnosed with human sarcoma cancer. She went through 18 chemotherapies and 7 surgeries, 5 of which were on her leg.
I was told I wouldn't be able to run, ski, skate, and I would walk with a limp.
But it wasn't just physical limitations for Jenny.
When I started school, I had brain fog, so I couldn't learn to read. They were evaluating me for an IEP, which is an individual education plan. It's kind of in like the special education room.
Jenny is now a 3-sport varsity athlete and is number 8 in her class out of 289 students. If you want to see Jenny in action on the field hockey field, you can find her at the Oldham Elementary School. For Mustang Magazine, I'm Jenny O'Donnell.
Thanks, Jenny. There are a lot of students at Norwood who overcome obstacles in order to succeed in their sport.
For one swimmer, there's a few more things to manage after the whistle blows. Tessa McGuire brings us to the pool for this next story.
Being in the pool is a way of life for junior Catherine Osborne.
I love
love everything about swimming. It's so much fun. I get to hang out with all my friends. I get to be physically active. I get to be in shape, be with my team, my family. My normal events are the 100-yard freestyle and the 50-yard freestyle, but I also do the 200-yard freestyle or the 100-yard backstroke.
But it hasn't always been about winning races for Catherine. Back in 2010, she was swimming well, but she just wasn't feeling right.
I was really, really sick. I was losing a lot of weight. I just was awful mood. I just didn't want to do anything. And so my parents took me to the hospital, and I don't really remember much. I basically passed out, and they diagnosed me with type 1 diabetes.
Type 1 diabetes is a condition in which the pancreas produces little or no insulin. And if Catherine wants to keep swimming, she's got to manage herself carefully.
While I swim, exercise makes your blood sugar drop, but it also can cause it to rise because adrenaline causes sugar to go up. So whether I'm really excited, it could make me go high, or it could also make me go low because I'm exercising a lot.
It's very important that Catherine's blood sugar levels are kept as close to normal as possible.
Before practices, I take my pump off an hour before I get in the pool, so that way I'm not getting insulin in my body. And then I test my blood sugar right before I come into the pool, and I eat 30 grams of carbs so my blood sugar doesn't drop.
Whatever Catherine is feeling that day, she knows she can rely on her teammates for support.
My swim team is probably one of the most supportive people I've ever met. They're so supportive. They help me every step of the way. If I'm low, they always ask me if I'm okay, what they can do, and they're so understanding, and I love them so much.
And her coach is quick to point out that she doesn't just have a supporting role, she's a leader on the team.
Having Catherine on our team has been an inspiration to all of us. It's positive in every way because even when she has to come out of the pool because her counts are low, she always has a smile on her face. She does what she has to do and she gets right back in. She never uses it as an excuse. In fact, it upsets her when she has to get out because she'd rather be in the pool working hard.
Even though diabetes has impacted Catherine in many ways, it has also given her the strength to keep on swimming.
It's made me such a better person. It's made me stronger. It has brought me together with so many friends because I go to diabetes camp. So it's just made me an all-around better person.
Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Tessa McGuire.
Next up, we bring you up close and personal with a student who's made art a major part of her life.
Here's Chelsea Gunlack in her own words.
So my name is Chelsea Gunlack, and I'm an art student at Norwood. Art is a way for me to express myself, and it also helps me grow and learn new thinking skills, help me with other subjects as well. I've won 2 gold keys in the Scholastics competition, which is the highest thing you can get, and I got that for one of my self-portraits, which was done with pencil, and a picture I did of penguins, which was done in stippling, which is making value with dots, with a pen. And they were hung up in the transportation building in Boston. My favorite piece that I've completed probably be George Harrison, which was done in pencil, because it was the first real portrait that actually looked like the person that I was trying to draw. And it was just it made me realize that I really like to draw portraits and draw faces. What sets me apart from other artists is that I pay a lot of attention to detail. I want to make it as real as possible, so you have to put as much detail as possible. The softness of skin, and the texture of hair, or if they have freckles or something. I like to just really do that so it looks as real as possible. In the future, I want to be a zoologist, and I was thinking of minoring in art, but I'm not really sure yet. But I don't want to just drop art. I want to continue it and make it a hobby because it's part of my life.
Norwood students are never short on talent. Last month I caught up with one student who produces his own music. Sean Regan is a self-producing musician who is releasing his first extended play album.
I was really drawn to guitar initially. My two older siblings, they took lessons, and I was always fascinated and really just wanted to pick it up and try it. Then I picked up piano. I started playing piano. It was good. I think the combination of those are great for songwriting. So.
Sean produces all of his music on his own in his bedroom studio.
And I just plug my keyboard in, kind of start off there with the drum beats and everything, and then I record everything else on this thing, and I record my voice and guitar and other instruments here and there.
The album is titled The Sunset Diver.
Basically, it's kind of just about life and the lessons you learn, and basically everything happens for a reason. I think it's kind of just me telling a story and how I dealt with that and kind of the changing of times. So it's kind of hard because sometimes people don't like the genre itself, so it's kind of hard to convey, especially your interpretation of that genre or the style you're going for. So.
Regardless of how the genre is perceived, Sean continues to write music and pursue his dream.
Well, I just finished up with, obviously, that EP, and now I'm kind of just, haven't really got started seriously doing anything else. I kind of just probably will start up another project.
Sean shares his music on the internet. You can listen to or download The Sunset Diver at www.soundcloud.com/Sean Martin Regan. For Mustang Magazine, I'm Caitlin McCarthy.
It's time now for Faculty Focus. This month, we bring you behind the desk of our very own principal, Ms. Dusevich.
I am in my 49th year in education, which is I'm very proud of. 48 of those years have been in Norwood. I would like to do 50 and be 50 years as an educator in Norwood and 25 as principal. They've been wonderful years, not without any kind of issue, because any job brings with it issues and problems, but I've loved it. I wouldn't have changed it for anything. Technically, the role of principal is I'll use the word executive director of the building. You're in charge of the academic portion of the building. You're in charge of, and I'll use the 4A's as an example for you, the athletics. Even though we have an athletic director, all issues that need to be approved are approved by the building principal. You're the curriculum leader, you're the arts coordinator, you're the activities coordinator. I remember go back to when we were building this building and all of the activity that took place behind the old facility went by without a blip. Here comes Robbie McAllister, my #1 kid. Morning, Rob. The most important thing you have to be is you have to be part of what the students are here. You have to have a pulse of the student body in your school. You have to be a role model for those kids, and you have to be supportive of those kids. Oh, you're the one that has a nice color. I like that. Good. I often tell people between my substitute time here, between my career time as a student and my time as a teacher, administrator, quasi-administrator, I've never grown up. I've still been in high school, haven't graduated yet.
Last month, the community held the annual event Norwood Day.
So we sent our roving reporter, Leo Blaze, to check it out.
Hello everyone, I'm here at Norwood Day. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, and everyone's having fun. Let's go see what everyone's up to. We're here with two interesting characters. Why are you guys in this attire?
Well, yeah, we are green men, and we figured since we're the environmental club, we'll go green today.
Oh, I see that. We've caught up with a few members of the girls' soccer team. What have you guys been up to today at Norwood Day?
I won a basketball. I sang on stage for everyone.
I got my face painted.
I was in the parade earlier.
You guys having a ball?
Of course!
I know it.
We're here with seniors Amanda Blood and Sabrina Poland. Let's see how they did today. What did you guys do today?
Well, we got some slushies earlier today, and we've just been walking around and enjoying the neighborhood atmosphere.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun seeing all the people from Norwood, playing some games, you know, the usual.
It's been a great day here at Norwood Day. I had a lot of fun, everyone else seemed to have a lot of fun, and I hope you had fun. Back to the desk.
Well, that's all we have for this first edition of Mustang Magazine. If you want to check us out online, visit www.nhstv.org or hit us up on Facebook or Twitter. I'm Caitlin McCarthy.
And I'm Ryan Begley, signing off. See you next month.